again to a new episode of Discover Tech. With you is Layan Damanhouri, and in this episode I'll be talking about virtual reality applications in the real world. As you may have seen, virtual reality is getting you into a new immersive experience in a virtual world using digital technology and being able to communicate with others, with people you may have not even seen in the real world, but will be able to in this new imaginary environment. Now, when VR first came out, it was used for pure gaming purposes. So it gave gamers a new immersive experience. Instead of just watching from a screen, you're part of the game right now. Virtual reality is now being used in other sectors, in advertising, commerce, education, healthcare, and so many others. Doctors have been using it to treat patients with phobias, for example, a fear of heights or fear of anything, and then putting them in this imaginary world to make them slowly getting used to this phobia that they have. And it has shown that it has been very effective. VR has been used in medical schools where students use VR technology to train in surgery or other things related to their field. It's predicted that by 2022, VR technology will be used by some 256 million people with revenues of over $60 billion. So the technology is developing over time. So instead of just watching, you can now feel, you can hear, you can even smell. 4 out of 5 senses can be used now and getting you into a more immersive experience. Education has been one of the sectors where it's been slow to adapt, unlike other sectors like retail, commerce, healthcare, real estate, and so on. Although the potential for education is immense when it comes to virtual reality, imagine the possibilities of having students get into this virtual world, and instead of just watching from a blackboard or having the teacher explain something, imagine what it's like to actually have the students see what it's like to go back in time in history, learn about what it's like to live in the ancient Egyptian civilization, or learn about science, learn about space, and getting into space in this virtual reality using these VR goggles, for example. Experts have shown that VR technology makes students learn quicker, having more engagement in the classroom, and even simply more fun. So one of the entrepreneurs that have decided to take advantage of this opportunity is Silicon Valley entrepreneur Winston Matthews, who is just 14 years old, but has realized that the classroom paradigm is very classic or old. He recently visited Riyadh here in Saudi Arabia, where he announced his plans to develop his third virtual reality game at the MISC Global Forum in November. He said that he's gonna develop his third game with students at the MISC schools in Riyadh. Here's an interview with him during the forum.
So I was thinking, what would be the most impactful application of virtual reality? And I just thought, well, education is just so far behind when everything else is so advanced in the modern age of technology. So I thought, well, why don't I try to enhance the educational experience with virtual reality?
And what can you tell us about the future of virtual reality?
Well, as phones get more advanced and better, so will virtual reality. As you might already know, you can put phones in like goggles, and then you can just use your phone as your virtual reality device. And so as the phones get better, virtual reality get better. And so anybody who has access to a phone will be able to experience virtual reality on a much better level.
So why has VR technology been slow to adapt in schools? One factor is the costs. Getting it on a mass level or getting it to multiple students in a classroom is a big investment. Another is the content. There is still a limitation in content available for educational purposes only. So the future of VR technology is exciting. Some say that it's just a trend and it won't continue on and won't catch on. Others say that it's going to be very important, it's going to be used in a different form, not that we know today. Let us know your thoughts on VR technology, and like, share, and subscribe.